Good morning, Jackson, Mississippi, and all surrounding areas. You've tuned in to the free-range human show of choice, your daily dose of reality radio. It starts now. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I am, of course, Clay Edwards. We are live in the Mack Hike of Flowood Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram studio here at the lovely Cotton Exchange Plaza in Flora, Mississippi. There is my mouthful for the morning. We've got some awesome guests here in the studio this morning, but before I get to them, do not forget this Wednesday night, the first annual Clay Edwards Show, Save Jackson Christmas Party will be in Brandon, downtown Brandon. We're going to save Jackson from Brandon because that's, it's safe. So we're going to be at Burgers, Blues, and Barbecue, also known as Burgers and Blues, right there, downtown Brandon, 6 p.m. until, I'm guessing, around 10 when they close. I got Chad Wesley and Jason Turner playing live. No cover charge, but I am not buying your food and drinks. So you bring some cash or your debit card. And it's going to be a good time, man. Opportunity to meet everybody, do some networking, maybe meet somebody that you can do some business with. You never know. You may meet the love of your life there. And you can say that it happened at the Clay Edwards Show Christmas party. I have introduced many of people that got married. Shout out to Frank and Sherry. They've been together 20-something years. Met at one of my functions years ago. So you never know. I'm a matchmaker. Apparently, I just can't make my own matches. All right. So in studio this morning, I have got three-fifths of the Sippi Girls, man. They have been making all kind of noise online and in the woods and everywhere else. They are what would you say, a female hunting group, 501c3. Emma, you're closest to the mic. Let's start with you. Tell us what's going on. Let me cut your. It'd help if I cut your mic on there. Right.
So I pulled just to. We have it written down just to tell you exactly what we are. We're a powerhouse of like-minded women promoting outdoor activities in the outdoor world for females. We'll be serving educational resources and a support base for talking on leadership roles in the outdoors. Sippi Girls will also be supporting policies that preserve the Earth's resources and promote a solid environmental and conservation practice. So we are 5 friends that got together and decided that we wanted to have a platform and get out there and basically say this is not just a man's sport. We can go to deer camp and have us a great time just like the guys do. But in the same instance, we do want to be role models for young girls coming up that maybe did not grow up in the hunting world, because some of our backgrounds did not come from that.
Well, it's like I was telling you before everybody else got here. My 2 daughters, 23 and 20 years old, both hunt, both kill multiple deer a year, and I've never killed a deer in my life. So, yeah. They didn't get it from me. So it doesn't really matter your upbringing or anything. This didn't start till 2 years ago.
Right. So how did they get into it?
Their other grandfather. Okay. Got them hunting and stuff, and man, once they both killed one that first year, like I think their first or second time out. They had beginner's luck, and they've just stuck with it. And,
right.
So it's been cool watching them, and they're really excited about it. And I would say, people are bad about stereotyping. Oh, well, if you a girl that hunt or a guy that hunt, you must be a redneck. Right. You wear camo everywhere. And my daughters could be further from that. They're very city girl-esque. And but they get out there and Kylie, my younger one, she calls herself the Buck Slayer. I'm sure that's very original. I'm sure others do that too. But they really grabbed a hold of it. So that's when you guys started talking about doing this. My ears perked up a little bit because I've seen how good it is for these girls to find this other hobby and kind of get into it. Yeah. And it's something positive for them to do. Yeah. And man, they seem to love it.
Yeah.
So, all right, who do we have in the studio with us this morning? Everybody introduce yourselves.
I'm Emma Collins-Powell. I currently live right here in Flora, Mississippi, so I'm happy to be here with you today and right here in my little hometown.
Well, you got to sleep in.
I'm Bryn Fasackerly. I'm from good old Brandon, Mississippi. Definitely happy to be here. Nicole?
I'm Nicole Wall. I'm from Brandon, Mississippi. That's probably why Emma was on time and we weren't. She lives here. We don't.
No. That's fair.
No. Look, I try my best to explain to people that it's a 40-minute drive from Brandon.
Easy.
There's no shortcut. There's no telepathing or whatever it is they do in Star Trek.
Yes.
They just beam me up, Scotty. God, I wish I could. I wish they could.
Good morning, Ivana.
Now we have 4/5
Woo-woo.
of the Sippi Girls in studio. We Miss Ivana Williams.
Ashley Jones, if you can hear us, if you're on the way, don't speed, but hurry up.
Yeah, the elusive Ashley Jones is en route, we believe. So Ashley, a lot of you guys and ladies will know her from Swamp People. And we just had Miss Ivana Williams come and join us in studio. Ivana, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Sorry I'm late. It's been a little wet out there.
It is. Ivana, everybody was introducing themselves. You want to do the same?
All right. So I don't know how you guys introduced yourselves, but I'm Ivana Williams, and I am the president of the foundation. And then I also am a law enforcement officer. I've been in law enforcement for over 10 years. And I own 2 businesses, and I like to stay busy.
Ivana also teaches a driving school, right?
Right, that's right. And I have an armory.
Yep, she has
and
armory
that's in
in
Pearl.
Pearl.
Just got started with that, so I'm excited to see where that goes. Been really busy Christmas time, all the gifts and everybody. So I hope you guys like your guns this year.
Yeah, heck yeah. So, Bryn, is it Bryn?
It is.
Okay, so I got on there yesterday trying to promote this, and I was like, and I just vomit of the mouth. I could not pronounce your last name.
I know. I'm cursed either way with the first or the last name, so you can't really pronounce either one of them. But it's Fasackerly.
We just call her
Fasackerly.
Fizzac.
Fasackerly.
Yeah. Correct.
Bryn.
Yes,
Yeah.
Bryn. There you go. Perfect. I'll take that one.
I was like, is it Brienne? And spelling it weird. I dig the name. Great name. I think it's cool. It's like, man, I thought I had it until I went to pronounce it out loud, and I was like, oh, crap.
I know. It's a bit of a tongue twister.
All right, so let's see here. I was telling Emma before we went on air that I was there at the wildlife extravaganza this year. Mm-hmm. I think Ivana and Ashley were on a panel together, and some of y'all may have been on there too. I'm not sure. I knew them already, so it was easy to remember that. And I think that was kind of at the point, the nexus of this, kind of around that time frame anyway. And I remember Ivana telling me, we're going to do this. We're going to start the Sippi Girls thing. And man, so many people say they're going to do stuff, and the follow through is never there most of the time. I mean, not only have y'all followed through, I mean, you've really grabbed the bull by the horns. You're already up to a couple thousand followers on social media with just this project alone. And you've got the shirts. You're out there hunting. You're doing cool stuff, man. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just going at this full force. You know, this is Ivana's baby. And, you know, she started it, and we met with her one evening at dinner, and she was talking to us about the foundation. And, of course, Nicole and I were immediately drawn into it just because she was extremely passionate about it, and Nicole and I are very passionate about our own causes. And Nicole and I also own a marketing agency, FW Events and Marketing. And so the collaboration was just one that was ingenious. So we all just kind of got together, and then I believe Ashley was already part of the foundation.
Right.
Yeah. And Emma. Yeah, and Emma was as well. And so, yeah, we were the 2 new ones in the foundation, and we all have, you know, big ideas for it. And it's not just about hunting. So the foundation, it's all about, you know, outdoors in general, and providing a platform for women or young women who might not have the opportunities to get out there and, you know, do certain things, because, you know, we also hike and fish and deep sea fishing and
Right,
all kinds of stuff. I mean, I rock climb and I kayak, and, you know, we all love the outdoors. And so it's not just about hunting. So it's everything.
Yeah, I think that's an important aspect there. It is. It's way more than just hunting.
Yes.
That's what we gravitate towards, you know, it feels like. But, you know, the fact that it's Sippi Girls, it's outdoors.
Correct.
And that's a good point to make about it not being just hunting, because you bring up rock climbing, kayak, and we have so much outdoor stuff to do. The reservoir, and that's just here in central Mississippi.
Absolutely.
You know, so and you get and I'm guessing that the end game with this, right, is to get girls involved at a younger age and let them see, you know, that maybe they come from a different background. What is the goal here with this?
Well, we are trying to get young girls outdoors. So a simple version is it's a Boy Scout for girls.
I was going to say that.
So
on the tip of my tongue.
Yes. So I actually was in Girl Scouts whenever I was younger, and I learned how to sign language. I still know my name in sign language. And I learned how to sell Girl Scout cookies and build little popcorn strings for Christmas. But I never got to do what my brothers did. And I was always a tomboy, so that was important to me. I wanted to go out and camp, and I wanted to be one of the boys. And I feel like there's a lot of other girls out there that want the same thing. So we have people that are offering us survival skills classes. I'll personally probably do some shooting classes just so young girls can get familiar with firearms and how to feel comfortable with that safety-wise. And we're just trying to get women outdoors.
Yeah.
Whether it's hunting, fishing, like she said.
When we were all kind of, Ivana and I and Ashley, and when it all came about and we were all sitting together talking about it, and, you know, when we all became friends, Ivana talked a little bit about her background, but my background I grew up livestock. I'm a 7th-generation livestock producing.
And this is beef. Emma speaking.
This is Emma, yes. Background in livestock. And so I grew up on the farm and the ranch and did that basically since I was walk. I mean, it comes from a long line of, but I didn't grow up hunting. I didn't. My grandparents, you know, they would take us fishing and stuff like that on the farm. But as far as, you know, the things that I have come into now came from my husband. And some of the you know, the tools and things that he has taught me, I kind of already knew because I grew up in 4-H and FFA and stuff like that. So I remember whenever we went out with Cal Trout up north, whenever we were doing the quail hunt, and we were walking through the woods, and I pulled the Ashley and Ivana aside, and I said, "Look, a winged elm." And they looked at me like I was crazy, and they said, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "That's a winged elm tree." And I said, "Thank you, 4-H." And then that moment, it kind of hit me. At the same time, I'm like, I would have never known that if I wasn't in this youth organization. She was in Girl Scouts. I was in 4-H and FFA, so I learned all these different things. But then I also said, you know, I was around peers and different things, but what other outlet could we come up with, like Sippi Girls, to get a group of girls together and to where they can feed off of it and learn different things. So youth organization is a big thing to me. So that's kind of the role that I want to look into is an educational youth thing. So I think we all kind of come from where we want to take the platform in different directions, but that would definitely be mine.
Well, and we got to take a break, but I'm guessing that's kind of where each individual personality kind of comes in, is you can kind of splinter off a little and use the inspiration from that to, if it's youth for you, if it's whatever else everybody's interest may be, and then kind of meet back in the middle with the bigger events and whatnot. All right, let's take a break real quick. Come back. We're going to continue on with the Sippi Girls live here in the Mac Hike of Flowwood Studios on 103.9 WYAB. Breaking rules when necessary. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. This segment is going to be brought to you by Keith's Lock and Key, family owned and operated, serving Central Mississippi going all the way back to around 1984. With a combined experience of nearly 50 years, Keith's Lock and Key is here for all of your commercial and residential locksmithing needs. Give my boy Brad Grammer a call over there. Go and pull your phone out, lock his number in, because nobody ever needs a locksmith till they need a locksmith. And when you're locked out, typically. So 601-278-1459. 601-278-1459. That is Keith's Lock and Key. That will get you hooked up. I've told you all the story. I had to get my locks changed twice in 1 week at my house. And, man, they got right out there. They did it for me. We're in and out in about 30 minutes both times. So very professional. Good folks. All right, we're joined in the studio by the Sippi Girls this morning. Ladies, we were talking during the break a little bit about Google and having Google law degrees, and I told you I was a Facebook vaccine expert. And one of the things we were talking about was Ivana has her armory, and she's in Facebook jail right now, sort of.
Yeah, no, I am.
Like Facebook probation.
No, I'm in jail. So, well, I'm not. I'm in probation, yeah. So for the next 27 days, it said that it will restrict my post and it'll bring it down to the feed. So normally if I post something about Sippi Girls, it gets a couple shares, a couple hundred likes, whatever. Now it's like 2 likes.
My Save Jackson page stays in Facebook penitentiary. And
I don't know how to like help that out because for 27 days I won't be able to really like get a lot of influence going with our Sippi Girls. So I don't know.
I was going to say, just push. Where Sippi Girls is not in Facebook jail. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about
that
that with the guns and the deer that we show, because what we've been doing is posting pictures of young girls who've shot and killed their first deer or doe.
Yeah, Facebook hates that.
Right. And so I'm a little worried about how that's going to turn out. But right now it's so far so good. So
it's been great.
if you guys want to send in a picture of one of your daughters or sisters or whatever it might be into Sippi Girls Facebook page, go follow, like, share, and then send us the picture in a message and we'll post it and we'll let you know what day we're going to post it.
Right.
And it's really easy to find. You may be wondering exactly how did they spell Sippi Girls. It's just Sippi Girls. So just one S there. Because I was messed up and I was like, 2 S's. I was trying to find this. Like, well, I want to tag this. I was like, one. So Sippi Girls on Facebook. And I guess y'all are on Instagram, and I know you got the YouTube and all that too.
Yeah, it's all linked together. So
just Sippi
our
Girls.
Instagram and Facebook are linked
Right,
together.
and then we all have our individual public figure pages as well too, which you can get on there and learn a little bit about our background as well too. And we want people to feel comfortable enough to reach out to us individually. You may have an interest in something that we do in our everyday lives that you maybe want to learn a little bit different about, or we can help you out. And be sure to like all our individual public pages.
And if we're in Facebook jail, of course, you'll
can
know
go to
what
someone
one
else,
of us are
yeah.
doing by the other one not being in jail.
I have not been in Facebook jail yet, but so I thought whenever you were in Facebook jail, they like totally cut you off for 30 days.
So, all right, I just got back from Vegas,
right,
and that was the worst time in the world because I was going to do lives and try to like really promote Sippi Girls because a lot of people won't watch a live unless it's something interesting, and I personally don't feel like I'm that interesting. That's why I have these young ladies over here with me trying to pep me up a little bit more. But it was the worst time. So I had to go on my other page, Ivana Williams.
I saw you at the football game.
Yeah, but I did get to go live, but it didn't have as many people watching or following because I'm like lower in the feed. So they pushed down all my stuff.
Well, I've noticed now that when I go live, or when anybody goes live, I no longer get that notification so-and-so is live.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Anymore. And I mean, that's why people ask me all the time, well, why'd you quit doing the Facebook Lives? Because that's kind of how I got into doing all this, was started doing Facebook Lives. I'm like, well, Facebook does not like my content. And there's no point in putting in all that effort. I don't mind it going there for people to go back. I'll do a live, but not so much for the live audience as much as the content and people being able to go back and watch it. But if your page is monetized, live works against you.
Really?
Yeah. So
I did not know that because mine's monetized right now.
So you can't monetize lives.
No, you can't.
But you can upload the video and it get views, and then monetize that. But you can get the stars and all the super chats and all that kind of stuff during a live. But kind of got to gear towards that.
But I have noticed, since I have 2 pages, the other Ivana Williams, where I'm not in my uniform, I have it. All right, so sorry about that. So the other page that I don't have my uniform on in, that one will actually be able to monetize my online hosting events. So you need to look that up.
Yeah.
And go to professional dashboard and all that and see if you can get that, because my other one will not do that. It will only do the stars and the reels, like every time somebody watches the reel. So if you see me post a reel, just look at it and just continue to look at it, and then you're helping me out. Yeah.
Hit the share button. I mean,
exactly.
No, look, that's one of the things that I like about what y'all are doing, just from a content creator standpoint. It's something I've been doing for 3 or 4. Well, I feel like I've been a content creator since MySpace, but
Sorry.
but there wasn't a name for it then. Now we're content creators, and so I think it's cool just to sit around and chop it up with y'all about that aspect of it, because that's a whole other thing. It isn't just what you do; it's how you put it out there and how you present it, and the possibilities of growing that. And I had somebody that I've been an arch enemy with for years and years and years, going back to my nightclub days, reach out to me yesterday. He's like, I know we've had our differences, but man, I love your content. I love your videos. He's like, we really are a lot more alike, and we buried the hatchet over the fact that this dude watches my content.
That's awesome.
So you just never know who who it's hitting. He's like, we got too much in common to be mad at each other, basically. I was like, that's cool, man. So I dig what y'all are doing on that aspect. Bryn, let's talk. So pick up where Emma left off a little bit.
Yeah.
And,
okay, I'm good.
Pick up where Emma left off. What do you want to see out of this? What are your goals?
Well, one thing that I love about the foundation starting off is that we all have different backgrounds. Similar. I mean, Ivana and I are both in law enforcement, but and Nicole, of course, her husband Patrick, he is a state trooper with the MHP as well, and Emma. Just livestock. Yeah. So we all. Yeah, so we all have different backgrounds, and we bring so much to the table individually, especially like from an audience standpoint, because everyone is so different. So they can grasp at all of us individually. And the one thing that I would love to see come out of this foundation is just our platform just get larger and larger. So we have that capability of reaching more and more people and, becoming more involved with the charities and communities and providing that platform for women or young girls that don't have the opportunities, to get out there in the outdoors, whether it be hunting or going on a hike or, and one thing that I would love to see is us creating those youth hunts for girls to bring them out there. And also girls that, have single moms who work all the time, who can't get their kids out there. I mean, give us your kids. We'll take them out there on a hunt. Give them to us. Yeah, in a safe environment, and that's creating that atmosphere and developing a love for the outdoors, just kind of sharing that in a broad spectrum of things. And, also educating not just about the outdoors, but safety and loving the outdoors and actually having them gain a respect for it is a big thing as well.
Well, let me ask this. So you mentioned, people get out and getting girls to hunt or outdoors. Elephant in the room here. How do we do that? How are you reaching out? How are people able to call them and say, hey, we've got this girl that we think this could really benefit from this. How do they get involved?
Well, for one, they can always contact us through Sippi Girls, our individual pages, just to let us know what it is that they're looking for, whether they're wanting to go on a hunt or they're wanting to, come shadow us. We literally will be there for anyone at any time. And, we really don't have a limit on being involved. So I'm going to let Nicole talk some too.
I feel like we all have the personality that we're going to go above and beyond. If someone reaches out and says, hey, my daughter can't get out there because, hey, I'm a single mom and I'm working, or we don't have anywhere to hunt type deal. If you message us, we all have the heart that we're going to do what we need to get you certified in gun safety, and then we will take you to the wood. I have family land, thankful.
I like
that.
I like that you got the process, like get it certified.
Right,
gun safety,
you've got to get started. Yeah, we're not
it.
fixing to take a child out in the woods that's never shot a gun before. You've got to, we've got to teach you how you hold this gun, how you walk with this gun, how you shoot this gun, the whole 9 yards. So I feel like all of us have the personality that we're going to start with you from point A, and we're going to see it all the way through. So they will have that experience.
If someone's kid wants to hunt and they don't know the process and they want to be safe, having those guidelines there and helping them, push them in the right direction because safety is number one in anything that you're doing. So, Emma, she likes to say something.
Well, I think, some of the other things that we did, I say starting at ground zero. They had mentioned, the gun safety, how to hold the guns and that kind of stuff. But we also want to start from the why do we do this? Why is it important to hunt, period? We've got to, in a roundabout, in quotations, thin out the herd. We're going to be overrun with it. There's a purpose of hunting. There's a purpose of what we do and why we do it as well too. So, and that's one of the things that we want to teach is there's a purpose of hunting, but then we want to also teach, these ladies being in law enforcement and know the ins and out and that kind of stuff too, we want to offer maybe a self-defense class. When it comes as far as actually getting out there hunting, one of the things that we would like to do is some of us, yes, we all have personal hunting land and that kind of stuff, but I know maybe we're not able to take so many people on that land at one time and that kind of stuff. So we would like for other organizations to maybe partner up with us as well too. Like I said, Cal Trout, he was able to let us come out and go quail hunting. He learned a little bit about us and our foundation and what we're doing. Muddy Waters has partnered with us has partnered with us as well too. And we've got some things going on down the line with them. But so we want different organizations to help us out as well too, and give us that opportunity to take women and youth and on land that we maybe not know about either.
Yeah, so Ivana, I remember last time we were in here, we talked about that people who may have land or hunting camps or whatever the case may be that wanted to reach out and say, hey, I want to sew into this into this organization to reach out to you. So I'm guessing that's based on what you just said. Still need people to reach out to you,
right? We do,
and help kind of facilitate some space here.
We do, and if they want to donate their land or a hunt or donations for us to be able to pay for a hunt to allow young girls to get out, because it's expensive to go hunting. You know, you got the camo and the guns, ammo, and everything you need. And so if anybody does want to reach out, they can either email us at sippygirls22@gmail.com, or they can reach out to us on Facebook, Sippi Girls, and they can hit follow, like, share, and message us and let us know what they would like to donate. But also, I have come to realize that a foundation, you know, having two businesses, a foundation is so much harder to start. And you can't do it alone. And these ladies over here have helped me tremendously. I honestly think they have done more than me, because I might have had the idea, but you guys really have taken the ball and went with it. And I really appreciate it. Just to let you guys know if I have not explained that so far. And but yeah, we're looking for people to help us with donations and hunts, and it's a process. Like I was saying, it's where we can't just all of a sudden like, oh, just go out there and hunt. We want it to be a safe environment for everybody. So right now what we're doing is we're getting the donations, and then we got to go vet these places, because not every young girl wants to go, you know, in the woods, use the restroom in the woods. And so if they have a place that they can actually go and change, and somewhere that is clean environment for them to actually do that, then that's kind of what we're looking for.
All right, when we come back from the break here, we'll pick back up there. We'll talk about these youth hunts and some other stuff of that nature. This is the Clay Edwards Show. We're joined in the studio this morning by 4/5 of the Sippi Girls. I got my fractions right this morning. I'm so happy with myself.
Ashley, where you at?
All right, guys, we'll be right back live in the Mac Haik of Flowood studio. Breaking rules when necessary. Welcome back in. We're live in the Mac Haik of Flowood Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram studios here at the lovely Cotton Exchange Plaza. This segment is going to be brought to you by our good friends over at Guns and Gear. They sponsor our text line. You're welcome to text in this morning with any questions you may have for the Sippi Girls. 769-241-1944 is the Guns and Gear text line. If you want to call in this morning, the Clay Edwards Show studio line is 601-879-0002 with any questions and or comments. Let's keep it on topic this morning. It is not an open forum today. All right. Hey, look, when I say open forum, these folks call in, and it can be anything. And I love it, because I'm the king of going down rabbit holes. So I try to stay on course. I was telling y'all earlier, I may ask y'all's favorite Christmas movie. You have no idea what could pop off in here. Nicole, we're kind of working our way around. Tell people a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself. Kind of what are your goals, your personal goals out of the Sippi Girls?
Okay, so of course, my name is Nicole Wall. My dad had me in hunting growing up, so I have two brothers, and he had all three of us in the woods and hunting, and he took us to our hunter's education in Richland, old gym, like old school.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so we had our hunter safety course there, and that was fun. That's one of those memories you'll never forget type deal. And I really wasn't a major hunter. Most of my teen years, you know, I had better things to do type deal. And then
boys and
right,
cars.
Of course. And so I got older, and didn't really hunt a lot, but I would fish. Hunting, I freeze, and I hate freezing. But if you get the right outerwear and stuff like that.
See, this is big boy. This is big boy weather out there right now. I complain about it being hot all year.
Oh, me too.
I ain't gonna complain right now. I'm just gonna eat. I'm gonna eat that L and wear on put my hoodie on.
That's right. Well, I'm from Florida, so I like the sun. I like the heat, and I complain all winter long. I have all the heated jackets you could think of. But anyway, so then my husband now, he is a very avid hunter. He only bow hunts. He feels like that's more of a challenge. He says that I cheat by using a rifle. And but our children, they hunt and fish. I actually have a daughter that just had a major surgery where they broke her femur. And she can't put weight on the left side. And she wanted to go hunting so bad that Brent and I took all the kids. It was her.
They broke it for the surgery.
Yeah, that's right. They had to
I've heard
medically
about this.
re-break her femur. She had already broken it years ago in a car accident. They had to medically re-break it and realign it.
Oh goodness.
So,
How old is your daughter?
so she's 14.
Oh, wow.
And so, anyways, they were wanting to hunt, and so Madison is crutching from the house, the camp house, all the way around these hilly, thick grass, all the way to the box stand, the whole 9 yards. I've got a little clip of her crutching. She wanted to go hunting so bad. And then we have our 10-year-old that she wanted to go hunt as well. So we knew it was going to be a loud type hunt, not one of those serious, quiet ones. Mm-hmm. And so they enjoy that. And then I guess she didn't really realize how big of a deal it was to me that she was crutching to the stand. That's how serious it was to her. But anyways, so then we're big hunters, and I actually just graduated with my bachelor's degree, and I've been in accounting currently. So that's what I do day to day is accounting, taxes, fun stuff.
Oh, good stuff there. What do you want to see out of? Well, like if you could leave your stamp on the Sippi Girls, what do you want that to be?
Okay, so I want to see more children, not just girls, more children outdoors rather than behind a game console.
Amen.
Kids, period. Absolutely.
And I can't say anything because my children have phones, but we also make them put them down and go outside as well. So I want children to willingly want to put their phone down and get outdoors, whether it's hunting, fishing, hiking, kayaking, all the things, running. Cows. Yes, I so want to go to Emma's and learn about the cattle life, sort of, kind of. Let me rephrase that.
Y'all remember that show with Paris Hilton and them? What was it, Simple Life?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
And that's kind of what I vision. Like some stuff like getting these young girls who have never had any kind of outdoorsy type experiences and kind of dropping them off on a farm and having this Simple Life crash course.
And have no clue what they're getting themselves
Honestly,
into.
that has always been like a dream of mine, is to get people that have never been on a farm just to come to my house, have a weekend crash course, let you see what we do on the farm, why we do it, why we have a passion for it and stuff like that. I mean, I have 12 inches of mud right now at my house that is not going to dry up until springtime gets here, if that happens. But then the rains are going to come and it's going to get even worse. If y'all would have saw me yesterday, which am terrible about posting stuff, I had on my husband's camouflage sweatpants, my Hey Dude shoes. I had on an Aztec, like all different kind of colors sweatshirt, and a ball cap, no makeup on, and my glasses, and I walk outside, and my husband goes, "You look really good today." I'm like, "Yep, let's go move hay." So it's not glamorous at all. Paris Hilton, you come to my house anytime.
Well, yeah, so there's no, I have a saying on the show called breaking rules when necessary. I don't really know what that means, but your dress code, your outfit yesterday sounds like you were breaking rules when necessary.
My sister always says, she says, your colors be fighting. You need to stop that.
All right. So, Nicole, so that's kind of in wrapping up there.
Yeah.
You want to get kids
outdoors, off electronics, enjoy, see what God created for you to enjoy. when you go out and harvest a deer, that's a
Come a little
fruit.
closer to the mic there.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Having something in your face when you're not used to it like this.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so going outdoors and harvesting your own deer or, catching your own fish, God produced that for a reason. And I want children to go outside and reap the fruits of their labor.
Excellent. Ivana, you want to add anything to this?
It sounds like they pretty much covered everything. I think just send us pictures. Just go like and follow. That's what we're here for. We're trying to promote it. That's what I'm good at doing, I feel like, anyway. We need sponsors. If somebody has an idea for what we might want to do outdoors, if that's something they wanted to always do, and they're like, hey, I've always wanted to do this, maybe you guys might, put that into consideration. Well, we'll definitely up for different opinions. And all these pictures with these young women and young girls coming to us, I think it's great. And a lot of people have even mentioned that. We had Tracy Lee the other day contact us, and she said that she saw our Facebook post, and she thinks it's amazing that young girls are going out and hunting and actually, like, they're showing their harvest. And she's like, keep it up. And so I'm excited to see what the future holds.
All right, look, let's come back. We got to take a break real quick, come back and land the plane for the first hour. We got some questions on the Guns and Gear text line we'll get to. This is the Clay Edwards Show, joined live in studio by the Sippi Girls. We'll be right back. Breaking rules when necessary. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. We're live here in the Mack Hike of Flowood Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Studios. Speaking of Mack Hike of Flowood, get out there for their big finish to 2022 on select 2022 Ram 1500 Big Horn Crew Cab models. They've got, 3,500 cash back plus no payments for 90 days. That's right. Offer ends on January 3rd. That's $3,500 cash back plus no payments for 90 days on select Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab models. And those are good-looking trucks, my friends. Speaking of big trucks and hunting and stuff like that, let me transition back here to our Sippi Girls live in the studio. Hey, guys, on the Guns and Gear text line, we had a question. And I was kind of glad they asked it because it was something that was on my mind. Do you think you'll have the ability to facilitate disabled hunts, kind of like the Hope Hunt and stuff like that?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the good things about all of us is we do come from different backgrounds, like we've mentioned a few different times. So I know that there's going to be we hope that we come to that instance where it is someone that has a disability. We are going to try our best to have other organizations that can come in. So when we do cross different lines where it is something that we may not be as familiar with or we need help with, we are going to make sure that we have all the steps, all the needs, whether that be someone that comes in with us that is familiar with, let's just say someone that has disability. So like I said, that's one of the big things that we are trying to push is we want other organizations to come out and help us and be partners with us so we can reach a wide variety of people from all walks of life.
Yeah, good stuff there. My church, Hickory Ridge Baptist, does I think it's the Hope Hunt or something like that. And I know that they actually just did it this past weekend. So that's always a really, really big highlight of the year. And it's one of the ministries people can sow into with their tithing and all of that stuff. So, well, good stuff there. All right, I tell you what, guys, we're coming up on our top of the hour break here in about 20 seconds. I've got the Sippi Girls live in studio with me. We'll come back top of the hour. We'll find out how you can donate to them, all of that good stuff. This is the Clay Edwards Show. We are live in the Mack Hike of Flowood Studios. If you want to call in, 601-879-0002. The Guns and Gear text line, 769-241-1944. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back into the Free Range Human Show of Choice, your daily dose of reality radio. This is the Clay Edwards Show. We are live in the Mack Hike of Flowood, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram Studios. Got to put that extra sauce on it there from my people over there at Mack Hike. This segment is going to be brought to you by The Gathering Restaurant out there at the town of Livingston. Guys, it's Tuesday. It's hamburger steak day out at The Gathering Restaurant. That's right. Go get your blue plate right there at the corner of Highway 22 and Highway 463, Dear Madison. They always deliver on an abundance of goods for you to enjoy. Also, right now, for every $100 you spend on a gift card out there at the town of Livingston, you're going to get another $25 back for yourself. So giving is receiving out there at the gathering. For every $100 you spend, you get $25 back for yourself. Man, that is a
so
win. I tell you what, tomorrow is their fried pork chop day.
Is it?
Yeah, and I mean, look, I am a sucker for anything fried and pork. I mean, just check.
That little town of Livingston has like taken off.
It
And
has.
we live like right down the road, so we go there all the time. But it is just the cutest little quaint little place.
It is. It is really neat. All right, so guys, I've got the Sippi Girls in studio for our people who are just tuning here for hour 2. We're going to recap just a little bit, let everybody introduce themselves, give them a quick heads up who they are. Let's start with Emma and work our way to my left. So, Emma.
This is who I am.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Emma Collins Powell. I live in Flora, Mississippi, right here, little bitty town. I love it so much. I am the 7th generation of a livestock producing family. I live and breathe agriculture, all different realms of it. My husband and I currently own a registered Angus farm. We bale about 1,000 acres of hay as well too. Currently, all the hay that we have, I'm going to say about 95% of our hay crop this year went out to Texas and Oklahoma for the droughts, to the cattlemen out there, just because it was just a devastation. I mean, people were losing their calf crops left and right. So we were able to send it out from Mississippi, and we know that they'll, if we ever need a favor, that's the people that we're going to call.
Quick question. You mentioned that, and it just got me to thinking, do you remember, was it over the summer when there were those mass cattle deaths? What was that, Illinois or Texas or Oklahoma?
It was out in Texas at a feedlot.
What happened? Did they ever decide what happened? I did a whole show about that with a local guy here, and there was all these conspiracy theories or theories. Did they ever come out and say what happened?
I don't.
I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
No,
here,
and I don't know exactly what happened with them. I do know that people were talking about the heat and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean,
they said something like a heat storm kind of thing. Like it could spike at nighttime up to around 120, 130 degrees.
Right.
And it could, the humidity, like
humidity
wave.
But wouldn't you think that it would have been more of them in that area if that had happened? I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened, but I personally don't think it could have been the heat, just because I think it would have been more deaths.
Aliens.
There you go.
That's me. I mean, whenever there's not an explainable answer, I just go straight to aliens.
Yeah. And of course, any feedlot, any farmer or rancher, when you have that devastation, I mean, that's their income. That's what we do for a living and that kind of stuff. So my heart breaks for them.
Is there, does any insurance that y'all would carry cover that kind of protection?
Yeah, it is. And I'm sure that they probably did autopsies on those animals and stuff like that. So it just probably depends on what their policy would hold on that.
A little off topic, but since I have somebody in here that does this for a living, it's something I find very interesting. All right, Bryn, tell us about yourself again.
I'm Bryn Fasackerly. I'm one of 5 board members with Sippi Girls. I'm a huge outdoor enthusiast. I'm with Richland Police Department. Shout out.
Shout out to Nick McClendon.
Nick. Shout out to our men and women of Richland and all law enforcement and military, emergency services. Definitely respect y'all. I am one of 2 co-founders of FW Events and Marketing. I also own a clothing store, Emmett James, named after my son. Precious little thing. But like I said, I am a huge outdoor enthusiast. I have been in the outdoors my entire life, whether it's hiking, fishing, rock climbing, all the things, racing, chasing after little ones. I've done it all. So, it's a big part of me, and it means a lot to me to be involved in this and just to carry out what I'm passionate about.
Cool. Nicole?
So my name's Nicole Wall, and I'm a mom of 3. My husband's military and highway patrol, so he's straight-laced, and I'm not, so that's fun.
Yin and yang.
Yes, 100%. it is sometimes fun and sometimes hard, but that is what it is. And I'm an accountant at the Tax Depot for everyday life. Like Bryn said, co-founder of FW Events and Marketing. It's doing really well. We are the marketing agency for a couple businesses in Florida and as well as here in Mississippi. So definitely reach out to us if you need any marketing needs. Nothing's too small. And as well, I love the outdoors. Been in the outdoors since I was little, thanks to my dad. Shout out to Harold. And so I was initially as a child in just hunting and running and soccer and all that kind of stuff. But Bryn over here pulled me into the water sports and the marathons and stuff like that. Like I'd be like, no, Bryn, I'm not going. And she's like, well, I already signed you up, so yeah, you are. And
that like a true friend.
Yeah.
100%.
And I'd be dying and complaining the whole time, but it's fine. So huge shout out to her for getting me outdoors more and for Ivana to reach out to us. And so that's us.
All right, Ivana. Is it Ivana or Ivana?
It's Ivana.
What
Ivana.
I said.
You said Ivana.
Ivana.
I was like, man, have I been saying it wrong all these?
No. It's Ivana. So I'm Ivana Williams, and I'm the president of the foundation. And I guess the other ladies did not introduce them, but Nicole Wall is the treasurer. Brenda Vizzackerly is the secretary. Emma Powell is the vice president, and then we have Ashley Jones, who is assistant secretary. She said, let me have the least responsible stuff.
Ashley has officially made
She's
the
not here.
naughty list for not showing up. So
100%.
But just like they were saying, I'm going to introduce myself. So I have two businesses. I have Be Safe Driving Incorporated, and you can look that up online, besafedrivinginc.com. And that's a driving school or class. So if you have teenagers or if you have a corporation that wants to actually have their drivers go through a defensive driving class, I do that as well. And then I own the Armory, Ivana Williams Armory. So if you look that up on Google, it'll take you right there. And so I Cerakote and Guncoat guns, and I sell guns as well.
Cool.
And then I started the foundation because I wanted to get outdoors. I wanted to give back because you can only take in so much, You have to also give back. I feel like it's an overall goal of mine to leave a legacy,
Yeah. Now, just thinking outside the box a little bit here, I used to own nightclubs and promote concerts and all that stuff, and they also double as great fundraising type events for this type of deal. We've all been to a gala at some point in time or another. I was at one for the Rankin County Sheriff's Department the other night in Brandon. That to me, that seems like a way to get people involved that want to help and want to donate that may not have the interest in the outdoor side.
Right.
But people love to get dressed up and go to a party.
Oh,
Right.
exactly.
You
And
know
we
what
have
I mean?
a few events
Could be a great
planned.
fundraising idea
Right.
for you.
So we have the Mardi Gras Gala planned. We are still looking for places to have that. So it's still in the beginning stages of actually having that event, but we're wanting it to be as big as Mistletoe. Honestly, we want something that's in February that you don't have to drive to New Orleans. There's places and things to do in Jackson, here in Jackson, Mississippi.
I'm reading a book right now that was written about Jackson, about this. This one particular one's written about the history of downtown and West Jackson, and it's called Once We Crowned Royalty. And we used to do big Bacchus type balls here,
Really?
Back in the 50s and 60s, all the way really up to the 80s. And it was a huge, huge thing. It kind of preceded, imagine what the mistletoe and like St. Patty's Day and all that is. And it used to be this big, very vibrant event and scene down here all the time. But they just kind of, as that generation sort of died out, moved out, got away, we got away from doing those kind of things. And now you see a lot of like women's organizations or community organizations like your JCs and your Rotary clubs and stuff like that. They've kind of branched out and they fizzled out a little bit as people just move further into the suburbs and whatnot. So for somebody to come in, whether it's a Sippi Girls or whatever, and grab that and kind of do that, I think is a great opportunity there because, again, people love a good excuse to dress up and have fun. And if you can do it for a charity at the same time, heck yeah, shut up and take my money.
Right.
Well, that's the great thing about Nicole and Bryn is that they own a marketing firm, and so they are great at this, and they are trying to promote other events. So it's not just about us and trying to get young girls outdoors, but it's also about teaming up with maybe Stew Pot or Habitat for Humanity, whatever it might be, to create that event and give them the profits, the proceeds, versus us. So any organization that wants to team up with us, just give us a shout out and we'll see what we can do.
I like it. All right, so we got about 2 minutes before the break. Emma, I want to ask you said you spent 2 weeks out in Vegas recently at the NFR. Now, I love some rodeo. I mean, I can't do it, obviously. I rode a horse one time. We giddied up. It came out from under me, and I giddied down to the ground. So that's the adventure. That's my horse riding experience there. I would not make a good extra on Yellowstone or none of that. But tell us what took you out to the NFR for 2 full weeks. Obviously, you're more than just a fan if you went out there for 2 full weeks.
Yeah. I attended, my husband and I attended the NFR last year. And for people that don't know what the NFR is, it's the National Finals Rodeo. It's held every year in December at in Las Vegas at the Thomas Mack Center. What brought us out there this time, shout out to Rock and Roll Denim, which is owned by Westmore Manufacturing. Rock and Roll Denim, which is, of course, Rock and Roll Denim, Panhandle Denim, and they have a partnership with Huey. And
very, very popular.
Yes,
games.
very, very popular. And they asked, some friends of mine works within the company, and they asked if I'd like to come out with them and work one of their booths in the NFR. So we were out there a total of 14 days. We went on November the 28th, and we came back on December the 12th. So what that entailed was setting up stores for Rock and Roll Denim, makeshift stores, I guess you would say, within the convention center, at the Mandalay, and at Virgin Hotels. And we sold the products within those few days. But it was an experience, we say one in a lifetime. I'm not saying it's one in a lifetime because they know that they have my phone number anytime that they want me to come out. I'm big, passionate into sales, and that's kind of one of the things that I want to do with Sippi Girls. We've kind of talked about it. We want to do this as a sales job, kind of just to run it that way because set up goals and reach as many people as we can. So that it was a great experience. Met people from all walks of life. I think some of my favorite parts here in the NFR was women would come into the booth, and men too. I worked mostly in the women's side of it, but they would say, "Look, I have a hard time. This is my body type. Can you help me out?" And I say, "Yes." Put you in the dressing room. I'm actually going to put you in a smaller size than what you're used to. And they kind of look at me funny. And I said, "But I'm telling you, you're going to love this jean." There was instances within the 2 weeks that I would be in a dressing room with a woman crying because she says, "I've never had a pair of jeans that fit me like this, and it makes me feel good." And then just getting them out of their comfort zone. And they say, "Okay, well, what can you pair with this? We're going to the rodeo tonight." So we'd do a complete outfit for them. And they would come out just with the biggest smile on their face, and they would say, "I would have never put that outfit together." So not to say I'm in Western fashion as it is, but I do love the Western fashion culture. In Mississippi, it's not a huge thing like it is out in the Midwestern states and stuff. But if you ever see me out and about, you better believe I'm probably going to have my boots on and Western fashion as it is. So I just like it.
Well, that's good stuff. And, it used to be bigger here.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back to what I was saying about as things have spread out and, there's a lack of events to get up and dress to go to. I go to the Dixie Nationals, and it's like a Western fashion cosplay. Mm-hmm. It's like everybody's like, "All right, finally got a chance to wear my Western wear for this 2 weeks a year, and then you won't see it again until next year. Hopefully I still fit in it."
That's the way I feel about Dixie National. Dixie National, you see a lot of the clothes come out. Everybody goes to Cavender's or Boots and More and stuff, and they buy everything. And
I went
I'm
last
just going to be
year.
honest. Sometimes it hurts my eyeballs when I see some of them. So, but I get it. I like people dressing however they want to. And feel
I do
comfortable.
too. I went last year, and that's where I came up with the country Western cosplay. I'm like, I know you. This is not how you dress.
Right.
It's like, what are you doing? It's like, hey, it's that one night a year. We got to get up and have a good time. All right, look, let's take a break real quick. Come back, wrap it up with the Sippi Girls. This is the Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back on 103.9 WYAB. Breaking rules when necessary. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. We're live here in the Mac Hike of Flowood Studios. This segment is going to be brought to you by Lakeland Glass and Tint. Get over there and see my good friends like I did at Lakeland Glass and Tint. Went by the Christmas party this past Saturday night. Had a great time. I appreciate that invite. But look, for all of your home, car, or business window tinting needs, and or windshield replacement needs, they got you covered at Lakeland Glass and Tint. And look, man, they do so much more than that. You need your logo put on your vehicle. You need it wrapped. Lakeland Glass and Tint. You want to get a wall wrapped in your business with your logo and all, big vinyl logo, look really cool. You know, something for people to take pictures in front of to really take your branding and marketing to the next level. Lakeland Glass and Tint can do that for you too. Check them out online at lakelandglassandtint.com, where quality matters. All right, man, we're kind of wrapping up here with back down to 3/5 of the Sippi Girls. Ivana had to go handle some family business. We appreciate her getting out and driving in this morning. But I've got Emma, Brent, and Nicole here still in the studio this morning. Girls, whoever wants to answer this can. Let's hit the basics real quick. How can they donate? What's the best way, the path of least resistance?
They can donate via Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. They can also reach out to us on our email, and all of it is a tax deduction because we are a 501c3. So if you need that letter, or, you know, we are at the end of the year, if you're needing to get rid of some funds, definitely shoot us a text and we can hook you up with a 501c3 tax deduction letter.
And then all of those, our email is sippygirls22@gmail.com. And then all the rest of the platforms are just Sippi Girls. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, just Sippi Girls. And that's SIPPI Girls.
I like
And
it.
that's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah. And during the break, I will mention that we're on Facebook Live right now on our Sippi Girls page. So if you're listening, you can, if you're at the office, you can also tune in and you could see our faces. Anyway,
You're welcome.
yeah. But anyway, we had one of our Chris, shout out to you. She mentioned that she sent us in a picture of her daughter that got her first deer, and we are going to we like posting that kind of stuff on our page just to say congratulations to young women and in general that got out there and did that, and like to hear their stories of how they did it. So we want you to send in pictures, and that way we can show everybody, showcase it. Yeah. So congratulations, and thanks so much for everybody that is tuning in on Facebook Live as well too.
Well, it's just the acknowledgement, you know, like,
Yeah.
Dad, sorry.
I say, you know, just the acknowledgement of seeing that, hey, I did something cool, and here it is. Yeah. So I think that's what something cool y'all are doing is you're bringing attention to stuff and you're showing people, like, and something we talked about, I don't know, I think we got to it, you know, there's a lot of talk about, you know, assisting like single moms, but as a single dad for 20 years, it would have been really nice to have had the opportunity to have gotten my girls into doing something like this at a much earlier age than after they turned 18.
Right.
So I think there's an opportunity there. Guys, if you're listening out there, you know, I know a lot of guys that are single dads to girls like myself. This is a great organization to sew into and help these girls out, and it can help you out in the long run, you know. Because, again, hunting is expensive. Yeah. And, you know, I don't know whether the game plan is to compile a bunch of different sizes of all these different hunting outfits or clothes. Everybody has to buy their own individually and keep them or give them back and reuse them, whatever the case may be. I think this is a great thing, again, to sew into.
And we don't really have in stone what you know, if we're going to provide it or what. But that's where our sponsorships and donations would come in, is helping fund those type things. Because you're right, hunting is expensive. And that's why a lot of these people don't have an opportunity, is because they can't afford to go hunting. So if we have the sponsorships there, the donations there, the support there, we're willing to put it. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And I will touch on this, is what Nicole was just saying. You know, it's not only about donating, you know, funds to help support the organization or the foundation as far as what we're doing. You know, there's a lot of, you know, individuals out there who can't go out and buy the hunting gear for their kids. I mean, they can be pretty expensive. I mean, we've all bought it. So everyone knows. But, you know, if you have items that don't fit anymore,
I was just fixing to say,
we can definitely take those off your hands and, you know, provide those to
that are still in good condition.
Yes.
I think you can drop that off at the armory.
Absolutely. And drop it off at Ivana's Armory. We would be happy to take those off your hands and provide them to kids and definitely put them to use. They'll definitely get used, and we would definitely appreciate that, and they would too.
And I would, as well as the Armory, I know that Ashley said that we could use their law firm
Jones
as a
Law
drop-off place as well. And that's Jones Law Firm. I believe they're in Ridgeland. And then you've got Ivana Williams Armory that's in Pearl. So those are two really good locations for the Central Mississippi location. If you have extra gently used, maybe medium used.
And like and like Emma touched on before, we're all available. So we all have different platforms on social media, whether that be Facebook or Instagram. You know, we're easy to get in touch with. We also have our Sippi Girls Facebook page that has a huge following. So that's another way to reach out to us. And we all check the messages. So we're all very involved with the people who contact us and the families, and so we'll be happy to reach out. I think we're pretty quick about that. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We stay on top of it.
We definitely do.
We have all 5 of us, so
right.
Nothing's really falling through the cracks. And so I did want to mention that we're also working on TikTok. I'm not really well versed in TikTok, but I know
I think we're all
Ivana
still
and
learning
Ashley
about TikTok.
And
Ivana's got that.
Yeah, the 3 of them have really been trying to collaborate with TikTok and how to do those funny videos. So be watching.
Funny is the
key
word. It's going to be funny.
It's entertaining for sure.
Yeah, the reels, you know, regardless if it's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, they've really blown up here over the last few years. I think it started with Vine, and you know, they kind of went away, and then it transitioned into TikTok and all these little short form videos, which I could do a whole show about the pros and cons of that and
Going down that
TikTok
rabbit
and
hole.
the political side of all that. But for the sake of keeping it between the lines today, you know, it's a great way to reach young folks. I mean, that's the only reason I'm on there is to reach young folks. And I've watched my popularity skyrocket since I decided to start, since I finally bit the nail and started a TikTok, you know?
Yeah, and I'm not well versed in TikTok at all. I'm starting to learn a little bit and on that, but you said it, you know, it reaches a younger generation. So the younger generation, you see us on TikTok doing something goofy, it's probably not just for show. We actually did that goofy thing, so it is fun, you know. And that's one of the things that we like about us, our Sippi Girls, and us getting together and stuff like that. It is a group of women and youth getting together and having a great time. And I keep, you know, I'm always saying it's not just a man's sport. It's not. We want to be able to have youth and women all get together, just like the men go to deer camp and hang out and have fun. And during the break, we had talked about how many times you have the dad, single dad, or, you know, takes his daughter hunting, and they have to leave because, you know, it's not comfortable for the young girl to stay there with a group of guys and stuff like that. So that's one of the things that we want to do too, is be that outlet for the single dads as well too. It's not just about the moms and the women and stuff too. We want them to experience that too, and to have fun and be outdoors and learn all the different things that men ultimately
to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, so. All right, look, let's take our last break with the Sippi Girls here. This is the Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back on 103.9 WYAB. Nice. All right, welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. We are live here in the studio with the Sippi Girls, and if y'all listen to my show enough, you know we go down all kind of deep, dark rabbit holes on this show, and just asking them had they ran across any creepers yet, being attractive women out there being out there, doing videos, having the Facebook group, doing stuff, because creepy men know no bounds, as we have learned. Hey, a little off subject here. I watched a Christmas movie the other night for the first time in forever. Do y'all have a favorite Christmas movie?
I don't watch movies, TV, so
Good for you. I shouldn't.
I can't, it's just because I can't be still. I gotta go.
Mine would be The Christmas Story, and they run that 24 hours a day.
I know. Have you watched the sequel yet?
No, and I'm kind of afraid to because I don't want it to ruin my first one. But
It's on HBO Max. Yeah,
it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, The Christmas Story is between my mother. Shout out to my mom. She's probably not listening, but hey, Mom. We watch it. We could probably watch it 24 hours a day and laugh every single time. And then my family in Louisiana as well, too. I mean, that's just it's kind of a tradition.
It's a thing.
We watch it all the time.
Well, it is fair because you can just put it on.
Yeah, you can.
And it just runs on repeat.
Rah, 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 rah.
You're going to put your eye out. Bryn, what did you say you had one? Elf?
Oh, absolutely. Elf.
Is that the one
all
that
day
has,
long. Will Ferrell.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Now, I tried to watch Elf the other night and got talked into a different one, but I'm glad because I laughed from beginning to end.
It's so funny.
4 Christmases. With the 4 Christmas.
Oh,
Reese Witherspoon.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how
and what's his name from Old School, and Wedding Crashers and all that.
Ooh, yeah, I know who that is. That is a hilarious movie.
Big tall. Anyway, his name eludes me, but I laughed from beginning to end. I was like, man, I haven't laughed like that in forever. So I don't know. Finally messed around and watched a Christmas movie. So I'm like, I'm going to start asking my guests through the end of the year, what was your favorite Christmas?
Vince Vaughn,
Vince Vaughn. Thank you. Yeah, Vince is hilarious. And nobody plays a jerk quite like Vince Vaughn.
That's fair.
All right. So kind of in wrapping up here, we got about 10 minutes left with you ladies. Events coming up. I think that was one of the things you wanted to touch. And I know we did hit it a little bit there, but Brand, you mentioned events, so I'm going to let you take control of this one.
Sure. Absolutely. Give me this mic. We have a lot of discussions in the works right now for future events. As far as is it the AG extravaganza?
Mississippi Ag
Yes.
Expo.
Yes. So we are looking to be a part of that one. I believe Ivana already has an armory there. So we're going to be there as well, supporting her business along with, of course, our foundation as well. We also are discussing some upcoming events just for Sippi Girls. So everyone can come out and meet us and see exactly in person what the foundation is about and have a more in-person reach to the community versus, everything being on Facebook. So able to interact with people in person and, have everyone come out and meet us and talk to us. That's something that we're looking forward to do in the very near future and actually do a few of them. We have the Mardi Gras event in February, which we are currently looking for a venue. So any sponsorships that want to get on board with this event, please reach out to us. So this is going to be a huge deal for our foundation and the community. So the more people that's involved, the bigger this event can become. And, we're wanting to make it, pretty large. And the more support that we get, the more that we can give back to the community. And having everyone involved would be astronomical for our foundation. And the young women and, girls alone, that's a part of this as well. What else do we have?
I think we have one lined up, we're working on getting
one in Nashville.
And then we have one in February, maybe in Vegas.
Yes.
A meet and greet?
No.
It's the gun show.
It's a gun show in Nashville. We're kind of going with the armory.
I got you. Y'all are going to go out and kind of be a part of the armory and kind of represent the armory and
And the
get the
Sippi
Sippi Girls. I got it. Kind
We
of
have a lot of
like you're going to
stuff.
be as a vendor.
So
Correct.
we are going to have a calendar of events that's going to be put on Sippi Girls, and we're working on it right now. So everybody can stay up to date on, where we're going to be at and what we're doing within the community. We'll also be posting, the event information as soon as that's available. So everyone will have that, and it won't be difficult to find out what we're doing or where we're going to be at, whether it's individually or a group. We're all going to be doing something, and, this is happen very fast at a very fast rate. So it's going to keep going at this pace. So you're going to see us a lot more coming up and in the community. And like I said, whether we're together in a group or hopefully Ashley would be there next time. Ashley.
No, no some shade.
We love you. So Yeah, Emma, touch on that.
Yeah, and as far as it goes with events and stuff, we do want people to reach out to us and invite us
to
different events, to different organizations that you may have, just to get out the word in our platform of what exactly that we're doing, because you never know who's going to be in that audience that maybe they want to be involved, or they want to learn something new and that kind of stuff. And that's what we keep saying, that we want people to reach out to us and give us ideas. And have you ever thought about doing this? Where I have someone in mind that could really benefit from this.
Pop-up events.
Pop-up events.
Pop-up events are great. Like, hey, we're all going to be, let's say the Armory, for example, here, come see us. Or where, if you have other sponsors pop up, before I got so busy that I just don't have the time. When I was getting this whole Clay Edwards Show thing started, I have this whole setup deal, all these things with my logo on it. Looks really cool, like a live radio remote kind of setup. And I would just go to my sponsor, set up and do Facebook Lives and bring in all the equipment, make it look like a rock show. And it's like, we're going to build this thing come hell or high water, and people are going to know my damn name before I'm done.
Right.
I mean, if you're not going to promote yourself, how can you expect anybody else to promote you? I've got my name on 100%. Everything. I wear my hoodies all the time. I wear my hats all the time. I have my own bumper sticker on my car. I just
you gotta support yourself.
Yeah, like if I'm not going to support me, Clay loves some Clay, right? And you are too. Before I'm done with it, So get out there and just shameless self promotion. I mean, it will eventually pay off. I feel like instead of talking earlier about the content creator stuff going all the way back to MySpace, I feel like that was the beginning of, before we even knew what building a brand was. We were kind of building our own little brands there, and then it goes into Facebook and Instagram and whatever social media network of the moment it is. But it's just always stay out there. This is my advice to y'all: always stay out there, keep the camera on, and just keep pushing, man. You stay on message, whatever that is, and just keep pushing. Put yourself out there in a safe way as much as possible. And I think y'all will find the success you're looking for.
We appreciate it. And you asked earlier about, groupers and stuff, so I really don't want to throw out our phone numbers, but you can definitely reach us.
Yeah, I would avoid that.
Yeah, definitely. You can reach us through our social media platforms as well, too. And then also, like I said, our Gmail is sippygirls22@gmail.com.
But, at least on social media, if you get a creeper doing something inappropriate, there's typically a profile attached to it.
Right.
On the phone, had an incident the other night with a friend. She does hair, and her phone number's on her Facebook page, and some creeper starts texting, and it got out of hand quick, and you don't know who it is. You text the number back, and it's like I use here for the text line. It's just a Google text number. There's no way to trace it back. So
good thing we have law enforcement with us, so they can help us out.
Yeah, yeah. So there is that. Talk about F around and find out. Right. I mean, you got the right one today, Hoss. So,
correct.
All right, look, let's take a break real quick and come back and land the plane for the day. I want to thank the Sippi Girls for joining us. Ladies, thank you all. And one more time.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Oh, absolutely. Facebook at the Sippi Girls. That's SIPPI Girls, not the, just Sippi Girls on Facebook. And that will take y'all any and everywhere you need to go to find them. I'm going to come back with some closing thoughts for the day. This is the Clay Edwards Show on 103.9 WYAB. Necessary. Welcome back in to the Mac Hike of Flowwood Studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show. This segment is going to be brought to you by our good friends over at Guns in Gear. Like I said, the sponsor of our our text message line here. Look, right there in Gluckstadt on Highway 51. Can't miss them for all of your gun purchasing, ammo buying, Cerakoting, or gunsmithing needs. That's Guns and Gear. Shop them online 24/7, 365 at gunsandgearms.com. I got their website pulled up here now. They've got all kind of specials. Be sure to follow them on social media for their special of the day. And you never know. It may be something that pops up that you can't live without from Guns and Gear. Good folks over there. Hunter and his team doing great work. All right, man, I want to thank the Sippi Girls for coming in this morning. That was a hoot. 4 women in the studio, cameras rolling the whole time. Good times. They got a great deal going on there. That is going to grow into something really special. They're doing it for the right reasons. Like, a lot of times, you just get a vibe that somebody's doing it for the wrong reasons or whatnot. These ladies are doing it for the right reasons. So I look forward to watching that thing grow. I think I've had Ivana on here 2 or 3 times now talking about it, kind of every step along the way, because I want you guys to stay familiar with it. When it blows up, I want y'all to remember that it kind of got somewhat, its early days was spent on the Clay Edwards Show. I want to sow into that, organization there. I think good things are going to come from that. And we live here in the South, a lot of outdoors things to do. And again, it's so much more than just hunting. So that is Sippi Girls. Make sure you're following them there on Facebook and all the other platforms. Type in Sippi Girls, SIPPI Girls. All right, yesterday, man, that was a fun show. Something came from that show about domestic violence, and we went down a rabbit hole talking about domestic violence and women's shelters and all of that. And tomorrow, we have got a guest on here that is going to, let's see here. We have got C.D. Middleton is going to be on here. And I'm sorry, Sandy Middleton, I apologize. Sandy Middleton is going to be on the show tomorrow. She is all in with the getting women out of dangerous domestic violence type situations, getting them into shelters and all of that. So she's going to be on the show with me tomorrow, and we'll hopefully get some people some help they need if they need it. And looking forward to that. Some of the funnier stuff that came out of yesterday's show is Thomas saying that all men should have 4 or 5 women. And when people call and say crazy stuff like that, I just tend to let them talk. I have typically done a terrible job keeping one woman happy. I have no idea how a man can keep more than one woman happy. And no girl is going to sign up for that either, by the way. Like, no girl is going to sign up for being the other girl. Like, if you've got 5 women and you think one is the main woman and the other 4 are the backup, my friend, all 4 of the backup think they're the main. It's never going to work out. That is my love advice of the day. Do not think that's going to, do not take love advice from Thomas. But I've enjoyed the direction the show's been going some here lately, mixing it up, changing it up, having a little fun. It ain't going to be all politics all the time. And I think that going in this direction does help grow the show. I've had a lot of people reach out that say, I didn't listen when you just did all politics, but I'm listening more now because I like the other topics. I say, when politics need to be talked about, we'll talk about politics. But if you're tuning into this show for the nuts and bolts of what's going on down at the Capitol, you're going to be wildly disappointed. Thomas did text in and said that women will be happy, and they do it all the time, baby mamas. So thank you, Thomas, for listening to the Hunting Show this morning. And look, hey, don't forget this Wednesday night, my Christmas party. No cover charge, none of that. I got Chad Wesley, I got Jason Turner. We're going to be live there at Burgers and Blues in downtown Brandon, or Burgers, Blues, and Barbecue, downtown Brandon, 6 p.m., no dress code, none of that. Just show up. Let's have fun. You guys stay safe. Mike Madison up next. Peace.